Let me explain a few things. So the reason that today is not going to be a normal video slash stream is I did not get like any sleep last night. I got 4 hours, which a lot of people can operate decently well on 4 hours. I am not one of those people, unfortunately. My body just doesn't like it. I am tired. I feel exhausted. Never had never worked a hard day in my life on the farm or anything. I'm privileged, if you couldn't tell, but I got 4 hours of sleep, and that's tough for me, usually, so I'm a little, this isn't normal, alright? None of this is normal, and nothing is normal right now. Work has been a little, weird, because I wake up at 5 a.m. every morning, and that would be fine if I was getting a normal amount of sleep, but I just haven't been getting that amount of sleep that I need to be able to function right. So, like, YouTube videos are being uploaded at inconsistent times. Like, today I uploaded at 5:30 when I usually, like, I would ideally like to upload at 3 and go live at 3, both at the same time, and then have that like all ready and then stream for like 4 hours, and then that's 7, right? So I still have a few hours to do things that I need to do, and then I can go to sleep at like 9 or something along those lines, you know? Let me get one thing out of the way. We can let's go on to a positive note here, and let me say something. I would be remiss, even as little as I'd like to admit it, this Baldathon thing has been great. I've actually deeply enjoyed a lot of the parts and the essence of doing the Baldathon. It has put me on a consistent schedule. As much as I'd like to upload at 3 p.m. every day, and maybe I upload at 5:30, you know, I have uploaded every day for the past 21 days, which is like record-breaking for me. I've never done that before. 21 videos may not seem like a lot compared to a lot of other YouTubers or to a lot of other people involved in content, but to me, that's like fucking revolutionary, crazy. I can't believe I've stuck to that, and I think it's been nice keeping me like busy. I've been busy. It's good. It feels good to be busy. I'll often compare myself to like different people, whether it be people in my life or people outside of my life that I view online, and I will try to emulate kind of their work ethic or the work that they do. I mean, you can see a lot of my mannerisms have been developed through things like Ludwig and through the yard, and even my past, like being involved a lot in Minecraft and watching a lot of Minecraft YouTubers, and also watching a lot of British YouTube and being involved in soccer a lot, so, and Melee too. A lot of it's just kind of convolged, and I feel like this journey of uploading like 21 days in a row, going live now 22 days in a row, has been a very helpful thing in helping me identify who I am as a content creator, and the stuff that I want to make, and the stuff that I can make, the stuff that I will make, the stuff that I have made, you know? I would be remiss to leave out the benefits that the Baldathon has given me. For example, like uploading YouTube videos such as Ludwig reacting to my video, like my reaction to that, which now has like what, 280 views, which, I mean, again, grand scheme of YouTube isn't that big, but for me, this is like a huge accomplishment. That's something that isn't, I don't know, it is kind of directly related to Ludwig, but other videos have done successfully well. I mean, like, even the video that I just uploaded, Does Every Guy Think They Can Land a Plane, now has 12 views, and that's, again, not that much in the grand scheme of things, but to me, that's just, it's great, it's wonderful. Even just getting like above 10 is, to me, crazy, but yeah, it's been good. It's been really good to do this and to see substantial growth in my own ability to stream and to upload and to edit and to like be more efficient in my editing and to develop my process as a human being living on this earth, like in life, that I can stick to and remain busy and finally feel like I'm grinding, so to say. Like, my life before the Baldathon was kind of, like, scattered around very much, and I was kind of just doing things spontaneously. But then I found this project, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna work on this Baldathon trailer, and then I'm gonna do the Baldathon, and this is gonna be a thing that I do, and it's gonna be good, and I'm gonna like it, and it's gonna be something to get me going. And it actually did work out that way. I feel like a lot of the times when, you know, people do something like this, it's like, oh, this will definitely keep me going. It doesn't work out that way, but I think this, in some ways, has kept me going, and in some ways has been, like, stressful, but I think it would be very blind or ignorant of me to just say that this has been stressful, I feel bad, you know? I feel just a teeny bit burnt out at the moment, so I'm taking, like, today as kind of a little break, you could say, because I got very, very, very little sleep last night, and I am trying to recover from that. And yeah, I'm hoping to get a good amount of sleep tonight and maybe actually do the shit that I've been meaning to do for a while. Like, for example, these bottles, you notice how I have a different bottle every stream? Usually it will be something like, I will grab these bottles. I also have a bunch of others scattered around that I'll collect probably after stream and fill up, but I will grab these, then fill them up, then put them in the, I'll put them in my refrigerator and have those just ready for, like, things like work. When I go out for burrito runs, I will usually take a bottle of water with me, so I can at least stay a little bit hydrated, you know? And then also for streams, so I can stay hydrated during streams. And I've been kind of missing out on that aspect lately. I've also been missing out on doing my laundry. I've been putting it off for a bit, and it kind of just adds on to stress. It makes me stress a bit more when I don't, because I don't know what I'm gonna wear, because I don't have an excessive amount of clothes. I have a very good amount of, like, options, but there's usually an outfit I will choose, and I have 3 sets of pants that I can wear for the things that I need to do, and then a assorted amount of hoodies, but it's because work. But I can wear a lot of other different kinds of pants for stream because it's just the top up. But yeah, those are things that I've been kind of putting off. I think the stress that's coming in has been from not getting enough sleep. I don't know how else to describe it other than, like, it is sometimes tough to get home and immediately start editing, because it's like I will have this backlist of chores of things that I need to do and things that I'm going to worry about. Like, am I gonna get an event randomly assigned to me in the middle of this Baldathon that will have to make me change up everything that I do in a schedule? Should I contact my boss about it to make sure that doesn't happen? What's gonna happen tomorrow at delivery? You know, is something gonna go horribly wrong? Am I gonna have to deal with that tomorrow? It's all very, a lot of things feel up in the air and feel out of my control, so it's very tough for me personally to, like, stop completely worrying about those. When I really think about it, I can very much realize that these are things that are just out of my control, and I will deal with them if they come up, and if they don't come up, then that's also okay. I just have to worry about the things that I can control, which are how I deal with these situations and how I choose to feel about these situations. Like, for example, Monday was a very much like, you know, a Garfield Monday, you could call it, where, like, I woke up at 5, I'm a little tired, I go to my early delivery, and that goes fine, and then I get to my burrito delivery, and then that runs really late, and I'm getting, like, calls from people saying, like, hey, what's the ETA on this? It's like, well, this happened and this happened, so it's gonna be this. It's like, oh, okay. But it's like, they're treating me fine about this, but I know that this is very much a problem, and it wasn't really anything that you could pin on anybody specifically in terms of what went wrong on Monday on my, you know, out-of-stream work that made me come home so late. And then when I came home late, I also, you know, I had a singing lesson. Well, you don't know. I'm saying you know, but you don't know. But yeah, I came home and I had a singing lesson, and that's not to say that my singing lessons are, like, this is not a thing that adds stress to my day. It's just another thing to do that will take time. And it's a thing that I really enjoy doing, and it felt to me that taking time was the only reason that was adding stress is because I put so much stress on myself to like start editing at X time and have it done by X time. And I want to edit at like, I want to start editing at maybe like 11 or 12, something like that. A time like that, a nice easy time like that. And if I start editing at like 12, I can be done by like 3 or 2:30, or even just 2, have a video ready. But, you know, having all of this congestion just makes me kind of feel congested mentally. It feels kind of like there's just blockades popping up locally around my brain, around different areas. So, like, keeping up with a lot of other things also just makes it a little rough, but that's also fine. Like, I do want to make it clear that the problems that I'm stating are not like, these are not devastating. I am not being devastated by these things. They're just like explanations as to why what is happening is happening. Why I went live today at 7:30 instead of like 3, like I would like to go live at. Like, I would go live at 3, and then I could be still streaming at this point. I could be done streaming at this point. It all depends. I'm very loosey-goosey in terms of streaming, and I like to be loosey-goosey with streaming. It's nice to have flexibility. I love flexibility in life, but guaranteed flexibility. Like, flexibility in terms of, I don't know how long this will run, and it might run into other things that I want to do, gets a little stressful. But when I know I can end something at some point or at another point in order to fit things in, then that is very much good. I think it's all about whether or not I'm in control of when it ends. Like, if I am booked for an event, automatically, I will feel bad going in saying like, hey, I have a baldathon thing going on, so I can't do this event that you want me to do. And it's like, I mean, yeah, it's something, certainly. But, I mean, ooh, God, it wasn't a voice crack. I was like, but, nah, maybe it was. Anyway, yeah, like, I have grown this sense of, like, a little bit of fear when it comes to, like, checking my phone. Because I don't want to check my phone and see that there's messages being like, hey, can you do X and X and X? I'm like, because I hate saying no to people, but that's just, I don't know, people pleaser, you could say. Maybe I just shouldn't feel that bad about it, or maybe I can feel bad, but I shouldn't harp on it too much. I mean, that's probably true, but I don't know. Life is difficult. Everyone has their own struggles in what they deal with and how they deal with things, and we all work towards fixing those things. And I think that's very much what the Baldathon is both helping and hindering, if that makes sense. Like, it is hindering my ability. No, okay, hold on. I'm making realizations. I'm making connections in my brain. My neurons are activating at the moment as I speak. So when we think about these things, for example, for me, the Baldathon, we have all of these like challenges that are presented to me. All of these things that I need to do because I want to do them. Like, I want to do them, so I feel the need to do them. And I also have these work obligations, because I know if I take on these work obligations, then I will be able to actually have further freedom with streaming ideas. For example, taking on this earlier delivery up on top of my burrito delivery has enabled me to start thinking about doing the game show that I like to do again. Or to maybe think about saving up for like a Shure SM7B instead of using this piece of shit. Or investing in like a cam link, so instead of using this Logitech like C920, I can use my actual good camera, which is like a Sony something 10, I don't know. But yeah, like, these are investments I can make to further this craft, which I am invested in making a full-time thing. But that's not why I do this, because I feel like a lot of people will say something like, oh, I want to be a streamer. I mean, you look at these polls of like kids like who are 10 to 15 to even 18, where they say, I want to be a streamer / content creator / YouTuber / Instagram influencer / like fucking TikTok star, etc. But a lot of the time they will look at it and think, wow, look at Mr. Beast. Man, that guy's got a lot of money and does a lot of cool things with his money. I want to do things with money because I like having money. Because money will allow me to do things. But I feel like a lot of people don't consider the work, but I want to consider the work. I feel like I enjoy the process of like going live and trying to make this the best product that I can make it be. Maybe this isn't the best that it can be, possibly. Someone else might be doing it better. But if I keep doing this and I keep at it and I take in feedback, whether it's my own mental feedback when I watch back VODs or like active messages in Twitch that happen, you know, live, or, you know, even valid kitchen utensils. Sarah in chat messaged me on Discord and was like, hey, would you like some feedback on the video that you uploaded? And this was a while ago, right? When I was first starting to upload these videos and getting back in the groove of things, she gave me some pieces of advice that I really took to heart to, like, make sure that I leave space for myself to show myself off in the videos, if that makes any sense. Basically, like, taking in this advice and this feedback to make my videos better than they were before. I mean, even in my opinion, like, when taking advice, you don't have to take everything so literally. For example, she might have given me a piece of advice that says something like, I noticed that you do this. Like, for example, she would say, I noticed that you don't really use your gameplay often, and I think you cut too much. The way I'm thinking of it, I'm thinking of people like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, right? Or GT Live, something like that. And then using this, like, feedback, I think I am not exactly going for Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, GT Live, right? I'm not necessarily I am not necessarily looking to show off my gameplay because I'm not good at these games, right? What I am looking to show off, I think, is me, because I think when I analyze, when I think about what I am doing and what I'm putting out, I think the entertaining part are the things that I do and how I interact with the things I am doing. That is what I want to show off mainly. And I think the point that she made about me cutting so much and mushing everything together in this kind of clusterfuck of a video made a lot of sense to me, actually. And so the next few videos, I really made sure to allow myself time to, like, pause and for things to hit better than perhaps they might have not in previous videos. It's a thing I'm very passionate about. There's a lot of things I'm passionate about, but, like, content creation and entertainment is one of the things that I am actually very passionate about. Like, when I say I want to be a streamer, this is not I want to be living in LA in a big house making videos, you know, that are not as great as maybe I'd want them to be. This is me saying I want to give people entertainment. I want to provide a service. That's all I want to do. I don't, like, I'm not necessarily looking to gain, like, a fan base. I am looking to entertain people. I think that the Baldathon has done good things overall and has improved me. I feel like I now have a schedule of things that I like to do in a day, and I can keep myself busy, and that makes me feel really accomplished. Because I made a point a little earlier about how I like to compare myself to other people, and I don't know how necessarily healthy that is. I think you can compare yourself to people healthfully and also unhealthfully, or healthfully, and unhealthily. I don't know the words, I'm not an English major. But, like, if you look at someone like John Cena, if I look at John Cena and think, man, his muscles are so cool, and I don't have those muscles, so I am not good. I am not good because I am not like him. That would, I believe, would be constructive. But if you're looking to gain muscle and you look at someone like John Cena and you compare yourself to John Cena, it would be a thing of, like, in my opinion, healthily, is like, these are the things that I like in John Cena, so I can take actionable steps to make those things possible for myself. And that is something that I would like to do. And I'm not even comparing myself a lot of the times to YouTubers or other streamers, although I do that. I actually compare myself to a person, I mean, I like to call my sister, but technically they are my dad's girlfriend's daughter. So I don't know what to call that. They're not married, so I don't know if they're legally my stepsister or what, but call them a sis, right? But she kind of inspired me because when I have called her ever since I got back from Bulgaria, she is just very busy doing things that she likes to do, and she also like works at an ice cream store, and that's very, you know, it's not like, at least I don't think it's something she's incredibly passionate about, but it's a nice thing, and it keeps her busy, and she is just also incredibly busy in so many other ways. And me doing all of this makes me think that I like this aspect and I admire this aspect about my sister. So applying this aspect to myself and making me realize that has made me feel better about myself because I feel more accomplished. That is not to say if I ever like stop being this busy or I stop doing all of these things, like if I were to go on like a vacation and stop for a few weeks, then I would be like a lesser person or unhappy with myself because I am not putting in all of this work. I do not need to, you know, work to be happy with myself. I think it's important to love yourself for who you are, and that's something I've also worked on doing for a long time. But yeah, I mean, I think it's important to just do things that you like doing. It feels like a lot of people in life will get stuck on this idea of I need to do things that I don't like doing in order to do the things that I like doing. And I think that's true to some degree, but I think a lot of people will like get stuck in a 9-to-5 job, which takes up like 8 hours of your day every weekday, and you only get weekends off and you barely get any time off, you know, outside of work. And even in your time off, you got to do things like house chores. You have to, I mean, you don't have to, but like I'm not saying you have to, like it's a bad thing, but like going out with friends and being social, those aren't things that can help you like achieve something that you're really passionate about. For example, if you're working a corporate job, maybe you're really into that corporate job, and that's amazing, you know? Very few people get to work in the thing that they're passionate about, but at the end of the day, it can still feel like work. Like, I am very part-time when it comes to doing streaming or being content creator, but sometimes it can feel like work, and I think that's also an okay way to feel. I am still very passionate about the things that I'm doing. I still feel like the things that I'm doing are good. I feel like the things that I'm putting out are things that I would like to see, which makes me feel really happy that I would watch what I am putting out. Even still, you know, doing it for a long time, you can still feel like a sense of burnout, and I think that's also okay. It doesn't mean that you don't truly like the thing that you're doing, but that's something to evaluate within yourself. Maybe if you are burnt out from something, maybe it's something you don't enjoy doing. Trying out a bunch of different things is, I mean, even the first step to just finding out what you like, is you have to try out a bunch of different things. If you feel confused, like I felt like I don't really know if I like content creation. So I tried it, and it was shit, dude. Like, now 7 years ago, I uploaded my first video to YouTube called Football Talk. And I have been on and off creating content ever since because, you know, sometimes other things will get in the way. I will be, you know, experiencing other things and, going on my own life journey. Like, for example, I went through a breakup in the midst of this. I mean, doing this ever since I was like 13 means that inevitably there are going to be things that happen while doing this that affect what is put out, you know? So I think going through this breakup was one of the honestly best things that ever happened. It allowed me to really look at myself and what I enjoy doing, and not so much what I think someone else is going to enjoy me doing, you know? For example, in my relationship, I stopped playing Super Smash Bros. Melee in favor of, like, being in call or, like, talking, you know? And when that breakup happened, I revisited that hobby, and now I've been to tournaments, and I've met so many wonderful people like Time Bones, who is a wonderful NCTO, so is Cam Doodle, Snowboy, shout out to Sidward, the boy, the Luigi, the one and only. Give a shout out to Roast Fellow, he's a wonderful Captain Falcon main. I have nothing but good things to say about him. People like Rocket F20, you know? Falco's pretty cool. I've enjoyed competition with him. People like the top players. I mean, even the second best player in North Carolina, David, I had an experience with at a tournament called Sketchy Academy, and he was just the fucking chillest, most awesome dude. And allowing myself to explore this hobby and explore this passion of mine has enabled me to meet so many cool people and do cool things, even if it's like other people have done cooler things with this hobby, in my opinion, but this is still really nice, and it's a positive experience for me, and it makes me feel positive. It uplifts me, you know? And it's good to feel uplifted. I think it's wonderful, at least. Yes, breakups. They hurt, but it allowed me to have a less destructive view of myself. Because when I looked back at this breakup, I analyzed, like, what happened, you know? What was I like? Why did I feel the way I felt a lot of the time? Why was I, like, sad? Why were things happening? Just why do I feel the way I feel? I think looking at those things helped me improve. I don't think anyone is ever really, like, done improving emotionally. It's a constant journey that a lot of people go through, and I'm still very much on that journey. I'm even, like, early on in the boat. I mean, still sometimes when I play Melee, I will get fucking pissed because this dumbass Sheik is needling, and that's cringe and bad, and I hate that Sheik player. Like, I play Marth. They think I'm just as cringe and bad. That's the cycle, and you gotta focus on your own mindset sometimes. But, enough talk about Melee. Breakups will suck, but they help a lot. I think that the severe emotional pain that you go through is so pivotal in developing you as a person. It's like it flips a switch. At least it flipped a switch in me, where I was able to realize the shit I was doing wrong, and maybe I shouldn't have this kind of self-talk. I should have more positive self-talk. I should try out affirmations, like doing affirmations to myself. Like, genuinely, I did not like myself for a very, very long time. And I don't know even how genuinely I feel when I say it, but just saying it a lot has kind of, you know, this concept of fake it till you make it. It's like, I'm faking it till I make it, but I feel like I'm starting to make it, you know? It's great. It's wonderful. And these positive mindsets of, like, saying, I am not horrible, I'm not terrible. I actually can be funny, in my own opinion, you know? Not letting someone who says, oh, you're dog shit, you're not funny. It's like, okay, why are they saying that I'm not funny? Do they not appreciate my joke, but I appreciate my joke? Like, do I stand by my joke? Was my joke bad? Maybe what I said was bad. Maybe what I said was good, but I can look at that and I can't be hard on myself for that. It's like, I'm gonna make mistakes. I am 19 goddamn years old. I am a young ass person and I have a lot of time to grow, hopefully. You never know what's gonna happen in life. I could get hit by a car tomorrow, but most of the time, I got a lot of time. In most universes, I live longer than, like, 2 days, you know? So, it's very fickle. Life is fickle. So, there's no use in bringing yourself down. But I feel like I'm giving fucking advice. This is not an advice. I do not know anyone personally. Like, I know very few people on a personal level to where I could, like, even say anything like this and for it to be even possibly applicable to them. I don't know anyone personally. I know some people personally, but it's like, it's hard for me to apply the things in my life to their life because their life is so different than mine. People's lives are so fucking different. It's crazy. Like, my experiences are so different from everyone else's. Like, for example, I'm a guy. I don't have a vagina. I don't know what periods are like. So I just assume, oh, hey, that shit must suck terribly. I don't go through it. I don't know what it's like. Maybe you're all lying and it's fine. But I doubt it. I really do doubt it. But I don't know. You can't know a lot of the times what other people are going through. It's all on trust. And some people have had their trust broken a lot. So it's tough to trust people. Some people have grown up in places where all they know is like eat hot chip and lie. You know, that's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. Like, if you grow up in Bulgaria, you grow up speaking Bulgarian. If you grow up in bumfuck Tennessee, you grow up speaking English, usually. So, everyone, like, even just on a very basic, rudimentary level, you learn very different things growing up. You're taught different things growing up. Everyone has different parents, because all of your parents, even your mom and your dad, are so uniquely different that their different parenting styles, even if they have, like, cohesive parenting styles, or they're divorced, or anything like that, it's all gonna jumble you up, and their parents jumbled them up. Everything is so jumbled up. Everyone is jumbled up. Everyone's a bit of a mess. No. Forget any of the shit I was saying. Just live by Bob Ross. Just happy little accidents. Everything's a happy little accident. Happy little accident. Everything's a happy little accident. You don't have to worry about shit. It's fine. It'll all end up being a lovely painting at the end. I'm preaching. Ew. Yuck. I'm sorry. My bad. My life is going to be full of happy little accidents, and my life's going to be a painting. You don't have to. No one has to take anything I say seriously. I am 19 years old. I am as cringe as can be. I will give one piece of advice. Like, I've just been spewing. I've been shitting out my mouth for the past 50 minutes. So I will give one concrete piece of advice. Tell yourself that you love yourself. It works. It can work. It can probably be helpful if you don't already love yourself. Learn to love yourself. It is very good and important to love yourself, because if no one else loves you, at least you'll love you. You are the only person that you are going to have for the rest of your life, guaranteed. All of your friends could die in a car crash tomorrow, and you will be the only one left. And it is good to know that you are still loved, because you will still love yourself. It is good to feel loved, and loving yourself is a part of that. Because if you don't love yourself, you will constantly feel this hatred. Like, when I hated myself, I constantly felt, nagging in the back of my head, like, this hatred, this constant feeling of being hated, because it was me doing it. But, now that I've stopped doing that, really, it's like I don't feel hated. The world is so chill, and oftentimes I'll realize, I'm probably just overthinking this. This is actually fine and chill, and I don't need to be so worried, and everything is fine. And this background is great. Thank you very much, Speedrunner. This has been a very great stream. I have liked doing this stream. I don't know how this is coming off. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this cafe time with Boris. I might do something like this again in the future, but tomorrow should be better, and back to your regularly scheduled Baldathon programming, where I am going to hopefully go on the journey to beating map 2 soon. But until then, I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful night. As they say in Spain, buenos noches. As they say in Germany, gute Nacht. As they say in France, bonne nuit. As they say in Bulgaria, leka nocht. And as they say in America, have a great fucking night. Peace out.